Okay, so good afternoon everyone. My name is Michael. I'm the current VP External, and I'll be moderating the debate for the SUS VP External debates. So I'm going to give each candidate a 1 minute time period to introduce yourself and talk about why they're interested in VP External portfolio. So I'm Justin.
Hello, my name is Justin Fernandes, and I'm looking to be your VP External for the new year. I've been heavily involved with the portfolio this past year, being involved in pretty much every committee from Science Frosh, Science Week, the new Corporate Relations Committee that I helped found, and even Science Grad as a corporate relations manager. My main goal for next year will be to increase the external relations aspect of the portfolio. I feel that it has been severely lacking in the last several years. From my own experience and from listening to past VP externals, I know how difficult it is to manage both the external part and the student life events. So my way of solving this would be to hire directors to focus exclusively on those events and hopefully change the model so that the events become even better and bigger than they ever have before. External relations are really important in providing science students with more opportunities and events. So that's why I'm interested in doing that. Thank you.
Alright. So I'm Mamonluk. I'm running to be your next VP External. I'm currently serving as the bio program rep, and I most recently served as co-chair for Science Week 2012. And I want to stress to students that they have to go out of their way and get involved in order to have the full university experience. So in line with that, I really want to develop to expand and continue to reach out for students when it comes to Science Frosh and Science Week. Because really, I know that I wouldn't be here had it not been for these events. And I want to share this with other students, especially the incoming students. And I also want to work closely with the Corporate Relations Committee as we continue to build confidence and trust with external organizations and to let them know what we stand for as a group, as an organization, and what we can give back, and how we don't necessarily only offer media, what's the word for it? No. Okay, anyway, alumni.
No worries, moving on to the first question. So over the last couple of years, the VP portfolio has shifted very heavily from liaising with external groups and organizing flagship events such as Frosh. So what is your vision for this role? I'm giving each candidate 45 seconds, starting with Ricky.
Of VP External. Yes. So I know that the role of VP External is in a great place right now. I really want to continue to develop external relations while not forgetting about the student life aspect of this role. Because I believe that they go hand in hand with each other. You know, without corporate relations, without sponsors, we will make great events, but there's so much more that could be done with those once we have help from other groups. And so again, with involvement from students from Science Frosh, Science Week, this develops leaders and people who will get involved with us. And we could use this we could offer this to external companies where, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be about media attention, but we could give back so much more through our own involvement.
So as Mona already alluded to in her president's debate, she said that they were interested in restructuring the roles of executives. And I think this is an excellent idea because it shifts the student life aspect into a permanent role by a VP student life role. And they can have more focus on that role, and the external relations can be primarily focused on by the VP External. So what I envision the VP External for next year be is to distance themselves from the events, but not lower the focus on the events. So hire directors to make sure that the events remain as popular and great as they ever have before, but set up the VP External portfolio for transition into a new system so that it can be more corporate relations based and more external communications based.
Thank you, candidates. Next question is, discuss what you know as a sponsor pertaining to SUS, and what are your plans for further expansion in terms of sponsorship-wise? Starting with Justin.
So as sponsorship coordinator for Frosh and a member of the Corporate Relations Committee, I've been involved in sponsorship since summer of last year. Before, sponsorship has been done on a event-based basis, so every event hired their own coordinators, and any sponsorship initiatives undertaken by those coordinators would end when the event ended. I think it's really important to be able to create a committee, the Corporate Relations Committee, which we started just this year, to be able to continue long-term relationships and to create more benefits to students to engage with more sponsors and more relations.
Alright, so I guess I kind of touched base on this a while ago, but so I really believe that it's about letting the sponsors know who we are as an organization, what are our visions, and what we want to do for the science student body. So we could provide exposure to these companies, but again, as I mentioned, there's so much more we could provide. We want to build long-term relationships with these companies and let them know that it doesn't end right there in exposure. So yes, we want to let them know that we can offer so much more when it comes to involvement. We're a great group of volunteers, of leaders even. And should they support the cause, we want to let them know that we are always going to be there for them. And they can look to us for help to support their cause.
Okay. Shifting focus from sponsorship to student life aspects. Science Week is one of SUS's biggest flagship event, and it seems like many students to be very empathetic. So how do you plan on addressing this issue? Starting with Ricky?
So, serving as co-chair most recently for Science Week, we have had first-hand experience for this. And we found that a large part of this is we didn't seem to be catering to what the students wanted. So it would be great to have a continuous venue for them to reach out to us, and likewise for us to reach out to them, so we would know exactly what they want. We want to cater to what the students want to see, and that would most likely give us more turnout at these events. And yeah.
I think that Science Week was put on very well. While some of the events were perhaps not in Science Week's best interest, a lot of them were. And I think the biggest problem with the turnout was the lack of interest and lack of awareness. And I think this can be solved by actually external communication with other groups on campus, such as UC orientations. When they train their squad leaders and squad managers and MUG leaders, they tell them about all the student development activities like SciTeam and SCAT, but they don't really talk about too much about SUS. And neither do a lot of other groups on campus. So I feel that if you can communicate with other groups and get what SUS messages across, then you can directly interact straight with first through MUG leaders and through executives of other clubs and promote Science Week without being all the resources that SUS provides.
Thank you, Justin. So this is sort of the last question. So this year, SUS began a working relationship with Alumni Affairs. We organized the first ever SUS alumni reunion together. So discuss some of your alumni engagement plans and what you think should be the next steps. Starting with Justin.
I think it's really important to get alumni back onto SUS and sort of get them engaged and interested in what SUS is doing. I think some key aspects of this, or methods of doing this, is to get them involved in the events, perhaps in using their experience in planning events, in inviting them back as keynote speakers for really successful alumni, and basically getting them back so that we can increase overall science spirit. If science students see their alumni back as a visible presence in SUS, they'll be more interested in faculty pride and be more interested in being science students and proud to be a part of the faculty and become successful in the future and be a student. So I think that's really important.
Alright, so this is what I was trying to expand on during the intro, but I really thought that reaching out to the alumni this year was a great idea. And I want to further this by working closely with the VP Internal next year to develop programs that help students and just inform them about opportunities beyond graduation. It would be important to cater this to lower level students, first year, second years. And I mean, I understand that it's hard to say, I want to do this when I graduate. I mean, even for students in their upper level students, really, we don't know what to do, right? But I think it would be great to provide these options to students as early as possible by interacting with the alumni, or they could, interacting with professionals and alumni to let them know that things are going to turn out okay.
Perfect. So this is what wraps it up. So I guess just so as a finishing touch, I'd like to get each candidate to give 20 seconds to make any closing remarks that you have. Starting with Ricky.
Once again, I'm Ricky Mamonluk. I'm ready to be our next VP external. And what I most importantly want to say actually is I hope you elect the most colorful cast of executives that you could. I firmly believe that from our personalities, our differences, our diversity stems creativity. And as your next VP external, I couldn't think of a better place to start.
Just to remind once again, my name is Justin Fernandes, and I'm running for VP External. To see more complete details on my platform, my experiences, and about me, please visit my website, votejf.ca. I think it's really important that everybody votes and takes accountability of their student undergraduate society, so please go out and vote for who you think is the best candidate for all the positions. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin and Ricky. Let's give them a round of applause. So if you guys find this really short, you want to learn more of each candidate, discuss.upc.ca where they have both the right answers. So that wraps it up for our VP External debate. Thank you.